The party had left the Temple of Borson and were trying to make their basically trying to figure out what to do next along their travels. So, and they were making their way along the roadside and had encountered a couple of different scenarios, including an abandoned cart, an unhelpful scarecrow along the way, and we finished our last session with the looming circus top of the Freaky Deeks traveling circus above the tree line for the party, and that's where we come into today's session. So, break it down. The early evening, as the party are trekking through, the trees begin to thin out. You start to smell wood smoke and sugar and honey and just people and murmuring of movement. You can feel like slight shudders in the ground just from foot traffic around you as you're making way towards us. For a party that's been through as much danger and trepidation on some of their other exhibits, they start to hear a sound that they haven't heard for a while. It's laughter. Start to hear laughter of children, of people, of excited murmuring as we go through, and we start to realize as the party is making its way towards, you see the giant sign, the Freaky Deeks Traveling Circus, lit up against the dark sky. As they are working the way through the tree lines, they start to see a few more torches in an opening just off their set of trees. But they have torches and bunting and banners and before they break the tree line or the bushes, they stop for a moment just to take a look, and they can see out onto an opening, and they see a probably what you would consider or what would be considered sort of a medium size uh, tent in this area. And we're going to get a little bit of a scene up here in front of us first. So through the tree line, you start to see a hub of activity. There's good sort of 40, 50 people, members of the of neighboring towns and traveling areas, um, approaching this circus. And you see stalls and lightings, and there's excitement and anticipation across the people. And you see different performers out amongst the walkways, all funneling people towards the circus top. Most people are in and around the stalls at the moment. People aren't making their way into the big top at this moment in time. You start to hear odd shouts. The show will start soon, folks, and over makeshift megaphones, which aren't electrical, they're just big wooden tubes. And you see entertainers and performers along the way. You see a clown and fire breathers and strong men and stall owners trying to catch people's attention as they go along. In amongst the party that are at the tree line, who wants to take a gander at what they can see or what they want to do next?
Good. I was gonna turn to the party and say, guys, I've had some past experiences and bad experiences with uh, performing acts like this, and I was hoping you guys could let me lay low a little bit, and I'm gonna try to blend in differently, and I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself, and I'm gonna change myself to a half elf. Same,
Okay.
different facial features, no mustache, bald, um, but all clothes and gear is gonna still be the same. Just gonna change my appearance, and I'm gonna say that I don't want to be recognized. I don't know yet who's that, what this place is, or maybe there's
Yeah.
some people in my past that I don't know. I'd rather them see me first, or if I could see them first. But you guys could just refer to me as Duck. That'd be great.
Doug or Duck?
Duck. Oh, Duck. Let's try to.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Porter basically just kind of looks at you and just notices that you've changed shape, but you've have you actually done the disguise yet, or are you just saying you're going to do it?
Uh, I, I mean, after I say that I'm gonna refer to myself as Duck, that's when I'll do it.
Cool. And how long does that last, or is there any sort of
It just
um?
says you're disguised. Doesn't seem to give.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's okay.
1 hour.
1 hour. Yeah, I thought it was the case of an hour, so that's okay. So just the reason I say it is just so that you sort of know of you've got
Okay.
that in mind of when you actually want to start. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
cool,
gonna do it before we exit the tree line, pretty much.
lovely.
Which
That's fine.
it's probably gonna be soon.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Is there someone we should keep an eye out for?
Um, I don't know if you guys know him or not, but he was a guy that took kind of he and I had he got me out of the swamps and whenever I was younger, and he sort of took advantage of my genuine and trusting nature. I don't know if you guys ever. His name is Deacon, but we'll see. I don't know if he's here or not. I doubt.
Out of character.
Okay.
Wasn't Deacon the one from the flashback or from the weird session we had?
My
Yeah,
session.
exactly. Yeah. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I was putting that correctly in my head. But back in character as Tommy. Tommy is his eyes are so wide. He has the biggest fucking grin on his face. This is his environment. He is so excited for this shit because there's so many weird people and there's so much coin flowing everywhere. And for a pirate, this kind of environment is like it's almost he almost has that electric feel of like of excitement of just the possibilities of what he could see here and what he could get into here is so fucking exciting that he's kind of doing that thing where he's like rocking forward about like he wants to walk out but he's like waiting to see like he's like trying to be respectful to the group and how Bo was just speaking and everything but you could tell his excitement is like he's just itching to get in there. Guys, I mean
The most obvious the person who demonstrates the most similar reaction to Tommy at this moment in time is actually Tobin, because Tobin is basically in amongst the tree line, and he's almost overstimulated. There's food smells, there's crowd noises. He's got his nose up in the air and he's sniffing away in every possible direction. And you can see he's almost him and Tommy are almost doing the same sort of kind of slight rocking back and forth. It's like their instincts want them to just jump forward and. Oh. But you can see the same energy, same almost reaction between Tommy and Topin on the edge of the forest.
Tommy like is like he's like looking forward, but he like listened to Bo. He's like, yeah, Bo, if that guy shows up, just give us some kind of signal or something, and just like let us know, and we'll definitely handle it. But guys, and he'll turn his back to like the circus and the people. I mean, we've been saving the world for like how long now that like it kind of feels like we deserve this, right? Like a little break, a little something special for us, and he just like it turns back with just like this big smile, not really waiting for anyone to agree or disagree. He just feels like he just can't wait to get out there.
Hey, you're not wrong. I mean, I loved it. There's the games. I miss the games and the food. That's and I'm gonna peer out, see if I can see any good games, if there are any like games or competition type things that you could join in on, or if it's just like performing acts.
Like, so, Bo, as I said, you have good experience here, so you have an ability to kind of look out on a crowd and kind of see where the traffic is going and see where there's little pockets and accumulations of people as you go around. There's about 6 different areas that you can look at, and there's about 6 or different stalls, and if anyone else is looking, they may see other details of what they're going to investigate. But both from what you can see, there's about 6 different areas of groups of people. There's combinations, and you can see guys with their partners walking away, sort of annoyed at something, and like going, that thing's clearly not right. and you can see kids going by with little teddy bears that they're like, oh my god, I want it, you know, and you see them little groups of groups of teenagers trying to. They're almost trying to like act cool, but they're getting swept up in the excitement of everything that's happening around them with that. So in terms of sort of how the crowd and in Bo's experience, the audience are interacting, there's about 6 different areas that you can kind of get a better look at as you go through, as well as seeing the street performers go along. You can see like the clown and the fire breather and the strong man posing down around the place, and different sellers trying to get people to come to try out their games. So yeah, there's lots to do in this little midway area, as you would call it. And as you can see, you can even see the organization. You've been at events and organizing. You can see that they naturally are trying to draw people towards the big tent and trying to almost acquire as much gold and engagement from the people as they can, even before they go to the show. You yourself, once people see the main event, they go home. So now is the time to get people engaged and get them spend their money and get them drinking and get them, lose inhibitions and get them making silly but fun decisions as much as they can.
Ryan's gonna notice Tommy and Tobin's energy and shoot message off to Claude and be like, hey Claude, we need to keep an eye on Tommy. We don't need another situation where he gets taken by people and we can't get to him.
I can send a message back directly, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just once.
Say that I agree. Tommy does have a penchant for trouble.
I'll just give Claude a subtle nod. That I
That's good.
received the message.
Excellent. Okay. So like Claude, Ruin, Tell, anyone else want to, Tuggles obviously as well. Anything else you guys are looking for, sort of in character? And we're saying these things are almost sort of happening currently, so it's not like you're sitting at the tree line for 20 minutes. You're all having different thoughts. What are you sort of looking for in character when you look at this scene? And what's your sort of tone and reception to this scene?
Ryan's gonna be looking for some sort of tent with, like, a sorcerer or somebody that might have, like, books available. Like, I'm not sure I could see into the tent, but at least looking for someone that looks like they know magic, so I can discreetly start looking into some of the things that have been happening to me internally.
Okay. Cool. The closest thing you're going to see one tent, and there's like stars and moons on the top of this little tent, and you really get the feeling that this is like a fortune teller, some sort of a mystique in this tent. That's probably the closest thing. That's probably the closest thing. Yeah, that's probably going to be the closest thing you can sort of think of, because as you can imagine, libraries and books are not the entertainment that they're going for at the circus.
Some people.
Some people, yes.
Is there a name on front of the Mystic's tent? Like, or is it like a...
Well, it's more like beckoning. It's more sort of seals talk. It's like, understand your past, see the future type of stuff, as opposed to there's no real name recognition of. Yeah,
gotcha.
So like as you guys did like the message thing, like almost in the exact moment, Tommy kind of like claps his hands like, all right, how about we split up and have a little bit of fun, and he'll walk straight out. And I would like to, if I can, bonus action hide. I want to try to dip behind a thing as quick as possible. Tommy wants to get into a little mischief, and he does not want Claude's eyes on him. So I would like to see if I could hide a little bit. Which is that just stealth?
You're
Yeah.
just trying to break
Okay.
away.
Yeah, seems like everyone's just kind of
Fun.
standing. Tommy would like to walk straight in and kind of do that thing where you dip behind a couple people, take a
Yeah.
sharp right and go behind like the stalls that are on the right here, and maybe disappear for a minute.
Stealth. Give us a stealth check. If you're intensely trying to hide from Claude, Claude, you're going to do an investigation check. And then it's up to that whether Claude actually acknowledges that he's seen Tommy or not. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to like go, I see, but he can if you want to. So
I only got a 10. So he was Tommy definitely starts walking out, and he's like, we'll meet back up in like a half hour or so, and
I got a 12 on investigation.
okay. Claude, the last thing you see of Tommy is that Tommy's attempt at hiding is to literally try to stand directly behind the strong man that's posing, and he's almost trying. He's trying to like match the shape of him, but he's like, the strong man's got his arms up, and Tommy's trying to be like behind him, like he's hiding behind a post or something. And like every time the strong man does something, he tries to copy his actions, and then he tries to slip off
Can I
into
also-
the crowd. So
can I do a performance and try to play it off that like I'm with him, like that the second
Of
strongest
course,
man.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not that one. Hey, so who's as strong as this guy? I am, and just like it's so awkward that like I try to match his moves, but I have my back to him, so I have to keep looking over my shoulder to see what his next move is, and then I'm like,
Like
hey!
time, and so yeah. So that was Tommy's attempt to hide from
Damn
Claude. So Claude, you can see where he went, and the only thing he really had to hide behind at that time was the strongman, and his performance was always lagging behind him. So
I won't chase him, but I'll tail him a little bit. I'm trying to harass him.
Cool. Tuggles, is there anything you want to do before sort of popping out into the tree line or out of the tree line?
So I don't know how to kind of feel yet about this. I'm still on the fence, because the way that I feel about civilization and people, this is kind of like a concentration of that, in the sense that like if I went to a factory, I would have the same kind of feeling of like that industrial, what the hell are we doing here? But I am seeing other people kind of try to have a good time, and I'm like, maybe let's try to, like, I'm gonna try to make an effort to participate, but in the back of my mind I'm like, I'm uneasy about it. That's just kind of how I'm feeling going into it.
So you've almost just got the overwhelming of all your senses are being overloaded at the moment. You're used to being solitary and quiet and in nature. And the only what's probably getting you've got the overstimulation of all the visuals and all the light and all the people. Your nose is basically probably going quite crazy at the moment because your sense of smell will be probably similar to Tobin's.
Mm-hmm.
So you're picking out the food and the drink and everything that's there. You're noticing probably litter on the ground, which is annoying you as well. People are sort of just callously walking around, and the grass that they're on has been trampled down and squashed, especially all the time you took to take care of the trees and the branches as you made your way towards here, and people are just basically steamrolling all of this. And you're even getting smells of like other animals in the area, that would be involved with the circus as well. So your probably nose is your main. You're almost sort of following your nose at the moment because all of your other senses are just being overloaded. Not from a mechanics point of view, just from a this is not your scene. No, but you're going to try it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like spending time civilization adjacent, like I'm familiar with the concept of the circus, but it's not something that I've ever intentionally been to or anything. So now seeing it for the first time here live and in person, I'm like, it's a little much.
Yeah.
Can I notice that Tuggles is starting to feel a little apprehensive about this, or uncomfortable?
Of course, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, Tuggles, have you ever been to anything like this? Or I know first time we saw you, we were in the courthouse.
Yeah, no, I don't. I've never been. I've heard of the circus, and I've heard of these types of gatherings and these events, and it's nothing that I've ever wanted to take part in. I've been, when they passed through, I've come after them and seen how the state that they've left the world in, the nature, the forest, the animals. It's not right to me, but we'll see.
Well, are you worried about the people, or are you just worried about what they'll do to the surrounding area?
I mean a little.
How they'll react to you, or what they'll do to the place.
Kind of just taking a look, like a cursory glance around. I feel like I would see a lot of strange characters here, so I don't think that physically I would stand out. And I kind of look to Portis as well, and I'm like, I think we're not gonna stick out too much here. I just something doesn't feel right, you know.
Yeah.
All right, good. That's what I was gonna tell you, is that you're gonna be the least freaky people here, so be all right.
Yeah.
What do you say we go play some games?
Here for it. Let's go.
Cool. Last one, Tell. Is there anything you want to do as you sort of kind of notice people are starting to shift towards the tree line? Is there anything you're looking out for?
So I kind of want to go through the crowd and see if I recognize anybody, but I want to keep an eye on everybody, our whole group. So I don't want to stray too far, but I do want to kind of look through and see if I know anybody. And I know I have my clown costume in my bag just in case I need it again. So I'll have that at the ready if I have to go in.
Okay, so as you're sort of standing at the peripheral of the group, as everyone's sort of walking around, you're more likely almost be standing close or around to the boundaries of the settlement that we're at. So you're kind of noticing a few of the more sort of quieter areas in around as we go along, and noticing even noticing the people who aren't necessarily trying to demand attention. You know, the supporting cast of this crew, if that makes sense. Okay, so if everyone's ready, so if they want to sort of step out in their own time, Tommy's obviously already been away and he's still sort of doing his and as far as he's concerned, it's worked and he's scuttling away, and he's unaware that Claude is still very much where he is, as you go along. So as you go along, I'll go to you because you kind of noticed the first steps. This kind of lead nicely into what everyone else will be able to see as they walk around. Okay. You're going to see a couple of different sort of pockets of people as you go along, and you're going to hear different sounds of things interacting. You're going to hear things that make a big thing, and then a second later there's a bell going, or there's people complaining about, and you're going to hear sounds that, you know, like I'm not sure if the mic will pick up, like a thunk, you know, something flying through the air, hitting the target, and glass bottles going ding 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 ding. This stuff has been thrown and it's been hit on those glass bottles, and you're going to see here people go, step right up, take a look at that. But you get lots of that sort of promotional talk as you go along, and then you're going to see other people walking away annoyed and sure had that one, as you go along, and then cues as well of. And there's other areas where the smell is really, really strong of nice food and candied treats as you go along. So, kind of to break it down, there's like an attraction where like lots of kids and families are standing. There's a knife throwing game. There's a strength game. There's ring toss. There's a card game. There is a treat stall or event, like a food shack, food stall. And Tell, one of the things you notice as you go along is that over in one of the corners there is almost like an abandoned stall, kind of a little bit off to the side. There's no one standing at the moment, but you can just tell that it used to be a stall that was there, but there's no one sort of caring for it at this moment in time.
Are there any, so all these the card game, the strength game, the knife throwing game, are they games that you would win prizes, or are they games that you could win money? Like,
prizes. So what you're going to find as people go along is that they're more for prizes. Your experience would tell you that you know these prizes are not very highly valued, but the promoters at the stalls will make them out to be like, oh, these are precious items. They're not trying to con them, but in the same way when you go to an arcade and it's like 1,000 tokens for a pencil case, like they're they wouldn't need money if they were giving away actual very valuable things. They're trying to sell the idea of the competition and the excitement and the getting wrapped up in it and give it a shot and test your might and test your skill and really sort of rabble rousing as they go along.
I know. I think Bo would like to try.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go give the knife throwing shot.
Okay. So you step over to the knife throwing, and basically what you're going to see as you make your way through the crowd, and you wait for your turn, and you come across. There's actually a small boy at the top, probably pre-teen, and he's got a nervous energy. You're a more accomplished performer. You see almost an element of recognition with yourself in that. Let's say he's like 12 to 13, and he's busy. Almost got that feeling of being left at the stall on his own for one of the first times, and he's trying to get people's attention and like knives. He's trying to make sure he doesn't drop the knives, and he's trying to get kids' attentions for parents that are going around the area. And you can see him almost like kind of listening to other stall owners around him going, and he's copying or mixing, step right up and take a shot and, hey, mister, give yourself a shot at this, and etc. So it's a nervous energy, but he's trying to perform through it.
Yeah. You don't seem to... Is this your first time, kid?
Oh, I've been doing this for forever, since I was a baby. Me and my dad look at this, and sir, mister, I would juggle these knives for you, but I don't want to show you up, and blah 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 blah.
You can juggle the knives?
Yeah, but hey, there's a queue forming behind you. Hey, do you want to take a shot at the game?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. So we've got this big target here, right? And all you gotta do, you just gotta throw them, and you're looking to strike the middle, and you get points based on whether you hit it in the right dead center, right in bullseye, which I think you can, mister. I think you are prime. I just think you're the sort of guy that's like, oh, easy for him. I'm pretty much giving these prizes away. And you can try to get to the middle, at least as close as you can to the middle. We'll see how you score today. What do you think?
It sounds like a fair game to me. But what's it cost to play?
Just it's simple. You get 3 knives, 1 gold to take a shot. If you get there, we got prizes here. Then you can get your gold coin back if you want, or you can go for the super special prize.
Sure. Tell you what, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, of course you will. Of course you will. I'm pretty much giving this away. I don't know why. Like, oh my goodness, like it won't be that difficult for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
no,
yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, so basically with that, you're going to throw the 3 knives. You're going to do 3 different rolls, and based on how you score will be where it is on the bullseye or on the target.
Yeah, I think before. So this kid definitely reminds Bo of himself, and his time at the circus, and at the carnival circuses. He's gonna take the 3. Tell you what, let's make this interesting. And Bo's he's gonna start juggling the knives.
Yep.
Because of the way that he said that, and he's gonna juggle the knives and keep them going, and he's gonna shout out to the crowd, everyone, look, come see it, come take a shot, come on everyone. He's basically gonna do the kid's job for him, sort of like try to get the attention of the crowd,
Yeah.
do a little bit. He's just falling into it. He said that, hey guys, I'm gonna try to keep a low profile, but he's just like falling into it.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
understand. I understand.
yeah,
Plus,
and so,
plus, you've got that bit of security where you don't look like Bo at the moment.
no,
You're
yeah,
this Alvin character, so you're almost trying to hide in plain sight at the same time. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna do this, and as he's calling out to the crowd, I mean he's juggling the knives, and
Yep.
as he's juggling them, he's gonna throw them like one at a time at the.
I'm gonna ask you to do a performance check first, just to see how much of the
Yeah,
audience you're
that's
grabbing their attention. Yeah.
that's what I would like to do.
Cool.
That's a 21.
Excellent. So you're really starting to get, yeah, and you can see this kid. He's really watching. Like he's as enthralled as everybody else, and you can kind of see him sort of like almost sort of phantom moving his hands the way you do. You can see him really sort of watching and studying and picking up on what you're saying and how you're getting people's attention as you go through. Cool. Cool. So with a high performance check, I'm going to give you an advantage on the throwing the daggers. Okay? Because you've done that. You're in the zone.
Yeah.
You've got that going with that there. So basically, let's give us like an attack roll with your daggers. And you're going to do 3 rolls, and we're going to see how many points you get.
You want an attack roll with daggers.
Yes.
First one is at 21.
Excellent. Bang. I mean, like you've performed it and you've just almost under your arm backwards, bang. Dagger, dead center of the bullseye. Amazing shot.
Yeah. My attempt will be to do a straight line up and down. Like it's going to hit the white, red, white. All
Yeah, so just so you know, you have been given the idea that the closer to the center is more points. So if you're intentionally aiming for the others, you will get less points.
Okay.
Just so you know. So you can like intentionally miss, like you're basically almost kind of throwing the game just for the performative element. But just before you make that decision, Bo is going to decide, does he actually want to win this, or is he showing off?
I think he's just showing off.
Oh.
I think he's already won. So 18, second die.
Yep, excellent.
And 23.
Yeah, so like you've almost done like the equivalent of like a smiley face with that. You've got 2 dots like dead center, and then the one that was in 18 is slightly lower than that, but still like on the edge of the center. So they're all basically bullseye, just bang, 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 with those shots all perfectly in the middle. And he's like, oh my god, like Kit, the kid, is just, he is ecstatic. He's crazy because I haven't seen anybody as good as that since my dad. It's just, wow, mister, that is incredible. Yeah, wow. And he's like gives you a cuddly toy, and he gives you the flask of the Freaky Deeks branded, flask. I'll say that twice now, but the Freaky Deeks branded flask in there, and he's like, oh my god, mister. And yeah, sure, if you get a chance, check out one of those stuff. I'm sure there's going to be extra prizes in for you in there if you want to look for it. That's amazing. But absolutely take these things. It's like a little cuddly toy. He gives you a chance on the cuddly toy, a choice. There's a little bear, there's a little dog, there's a little cat. Which one do you want?
He's gonna take the little dog.
You got the dog toy, and you've got that branded flask of Freaky Deeks, and you can feel that when you're listening about it, it's not an empty flask. It is actually, you can hear something sloshing about in there as well.
In there. Hey, what was your name, young man?
Kit. Yeah, Kit, mister.
Kit.
What's yours?
It's nice to meet you. My name's Duck. Yeah.
That's amazing, Duck. I gotta. If you see my dad, his name's Vaca. It's just wow. Like you guys could nearly compete. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. What's he do? Where's he at?
He's in the tent. He's performing later on. He's one of the acts. That's why I'm here out in the stall. Yeah.
I know. I showed off a little bit there, but it just takes me back to a different time for me, and it seemed like you seemed like you were struggling a little bit, and need a little inspiration. So I thought,
Yeah, and you just see, like, he's hanging on every word you have to say. Like, wow.
Well, kid, it was great to meet you. Tuggles, you want to give it a shot?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Does it cost money? I don't have money.
I don't know. What do you say? What do you
Have
think?
any money?
Yeah, your buddy can have a free game, mister, because he can see the queue developing behind him. He's going to have loads of customers after you, and because of you, he's going to get loads of people coming in. So, yeah, if your friend wants a game and you can just see Kit at this moment, he's all eyes at being on Bo, and now he looks at Tuggles, and it's a classic case where he looks to the side and then has to go, because Tuggles is way up there. So yeah, Tuggles, your head is like pretty much over the edge of the front. So if you're kind of in there, you just have to kind of duck down a little bit to be able to actually, go for the targets.
Nice.
If you want to play, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
All right, I'll kind of do I'll get in like a throwing stance that's like way deeper than it should be, so that I can get a good eye line at this thing. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. What am I rolling? Dexterity?
Just attack rolls. Yeah.
Just attack rolls. Okay.
Yeah, it would be your dexterity modifier on your, like, it'd be just like a normal throw with your dexterity. It's different for Bo because Bo's got some dagger experience.
I do.
I would like to
How many throws do I get?
You get three rolls.
Okay, that first one was a nat 1.
Okay. Basically, the first one just misses Kit's arm. Actually, it goes and it buries into the back of the stand. Like, the hilt is the only thing that's not on this side of the wood. It is, and you hear a little gasp of people as they go through, and Kit has regretted his decision immediately to let you play. And you can see he's starting to step back now, and he's kind of hunched. He's off to the side a bit, and he's kind of hunching down a little bit, just because he promised he'd let you have 3 throws. And it's like the first one just went.
Like, I've clearly used strength as my skill for this game instead. Like, I'm throwing darts and I'm just lobbing. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it another.
Yeah, you should probably rage for the next one.
Back a little bit. You got. It's more finesse.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Treat them like a. Did you ever toss skip stones in the creek or something like that?
Yeah.
I'll try that.
All right. Yeah, I'll give it another try. I'll kind of, get down a little bit lower so that I have less torque ability. Like, I'll physically limit myself a little bit. All right. Shot number 2. That is a 21 total.
So this one blitzes through the middle of the target. It's right in there. Once again, the hilt is just buried in there. Kit is looking at this thing and he's like, I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to pull that thing out. Like, he's just like, and he's going, what am I going to say to my dad? Oh my God. Yeah, okay, Jim, Mister, take your last shot, please. Please take your last shot.
Will do. I'll kind of look at, because I kind of saw Bo like doing his juggling thing, and I'm like, oh, that was easier than I thought. So now I'm getting some thoughts in my head, and I'm like gonna turn around and maybe do like a behind the back shot, and I'm gonna give it a couple of practice throws, but maybe I'll see this kid's face when I do that and decide against it and turn around and just do a regular shot. That's another nat 1. I'm so glad I turned it. Oh, goodness gracious.
So, this though is, you do hit the board, right? But you hit with the handle of the knife, and it bounces back towards you and just lodges itself in the desk of the table. So you hit the board, you hit it the wrong way, and it bounced back, and it's just, and the crowd that had gathered there because of Bo's attractions are exhilarated and terrified all at the same time, and you can kind of see them as like maybe the queue behind you is a little bit shorter now. But they're like, okay, and Kit is basically, sorry, Mister. It's a good score in the one of them, but it wasn't enough to get a prize. Gee, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's just the game. My dad told me this, and you can like he's like panic because he's terrified of you. He's like this guy could probably pick him up and throw him as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, I want to like loom over him in like a kind of slightly menacing way, and then like take my gigantic hand and just tussle his hair up like a strapping young lad. I'd be like, don't worry, kid. It's just a game. We're here for fun. And then maybe I'll yank the knife out of the wall for
him. There's two knives in the room. One in the board and one out of the board. Are you gonna food them for them?
Probably both for him.
Okay, cool. Kit, like the last thing he says is just go, thanks, Mister. And you can just see him looking back. And now, when you look at the board, you can see through the board in the center. You can see like the stalls that are behind it, and that kind of brings us nicely to anyone else in the party who wants to look at one of the other stalls. Who are we seeing on the other side of the stall? Who's checking out something?
I can be looking around, looking for other stalls.
Yep, cool. So Tell, you are looking at the back there. What are you looking for? What sort of caught your attention so far?
Don't know.
Yeah. So when we're saying you're kind of looking around, and basically you're starting to notice things like there's a few more of these you're seeing kind of storage areas and guys that are almost kind of standing and watch. You're almost kind of seeing the guys that are quote unquote off shift at the moment as they're sort of sitting around and they're smoking or they're trying to play cards with each other, and they're kind of giving you the side eye. It's not evil, it's just they're watching you. People aren't normally walking around this part of the stall, okay? As you're going around, you do see an empty stall, okay? And there's something about this empty stall that catches your eye as you look at it, okay?
Okay. Let me go ahead. Oh, hey, I know that guy. Let me step away for a second, change into the costume, so I blend in with the crowd. So I'm back in my clown costume, and then
clown costume's how you blend in with people. Okay, yeah.
So I'm one of the workers.
Yeah, of course. Basically, this stall almost kind of works. You almost kind of climbed into it from the side, as you're sort of like you're trying to find somewhere to change your clothes, right? As you come by, you're in your new clown costume, your dull red-green clown costume that we know about, and you notice what the stall is because there was funny quite a bit of space in there, and you notice the sign. It's Red Hoof's cup-sized cakes, and a lot of this writing is quite rough, and there's lots of ingredients. There's an oven, and there's a bowl, and it's basically been abandoned for a while, and this is what you sort of find as you go along.
Okay. So obviously, I know who runs this. But where is he? Where I noticed that it's empty and wonder where my orc friend is.
So this is the same orc friend that you found in Daggerford at the time. You get the feeling this is where he was before Daggerford.
Okay.
Okay, so because it's an abandoned stall. It hasn't been worked for a while. Even when you look at the bowl, kind of the chocolate in it is quite dry. Those fish bones that are in there, they're quite stale. So you get the feeling that this is where he was beforehand. And even as you go and sort of talk to the party and say about this, you get the feeling this is where it started. This is where the dream began for Red Hoof. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, if I look around the stall, can I find any? I see there's a
Yeah. So one of the things, so you find that the stall is actually more there isn't a lot of stuff that's there at the moment. It's kind of just being used more for storage. Okay. But as you go around, especially when you're inside it, getting your changed clothes, you do notice, in particular, two things, two sort of old items in there. There's a document and there's a box. Which one do you want to look at first?
Let me look at the document first.
Okay, cool. So as you're in there, basically you see a document which it looks like a delivery manifest. You know, this is where sort of admin's been done. It's been done for a while, and you see this order for Wicked Roar Ale. It's dated a little while ago. It's got like one of a certain number, so it's not like it's a one-off. This is not like the only one that's been. You can feel this is just where this has been, and even the delivery manifest is APB supplies. It's for Wicked Roar Ale, and it's just been signed. You can even see the signature is A representative. It's almost like a joke way of just writing X for no signatures is A. This was signed by A representative of the circus.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Cool. Do you want to take a look at the box?
Yes. What's in the box?
Cool. Okay. What you see in the box is it's not an obvious box. It's more like a music case, right?
Okay.
It is so it's a similar shape that you've seen before. It's a lute shape. So it's and the only sort of example you would have seen before in the past is with Boduck, right? So it's a locked lute case. It's quite dusty. It's been there for a little while. And it's just sitting in a box. If you wanted to try to open it, you might have to either distract and make some sound, or if you've got lock picking on it, or you can just leave it, or try to take it with you, but you might have to try to get past a few of those other guards and individuals that are hanging around in this area. So it's up to you, even if you want to act on it now or let the party know and act on it later, totally up to you, but that's what you see in amongst other boxes in this area.
I think Mr. Duck should take a peek at this first.
Cool. What you're probably going to have to do is you're probably going to have to go to Mr. Duck, let him know about that, and just sort of leave the area at the moment. Okay, so you know it's there. You know how to find it again because it's this stall. It's you recognize the stall. You'd be able to find this if you were looking for it. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do before we check out someone else in the party?
Let me grab a cupcake.
So the unique flavor of chocolate and fish has aged very well compared to how you'd imagine chocolate and fish to age very well. As you can see, there's a couple of samples at the front there. And you know it's the new recipe. It's chocolate fish cupcakes inspired by fancy city sweets. You know, there's so much aspiration and opportunity in here for these treats. Okay, so if you want, you can take all four of them, or if you want to just take one, that's cool. I don't think it's probably the only thing about stall that if you actually tried to take, I don't think any of the guys that are kind of side eyeing you will actually argue against.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple, two of
Okay.
them, and then
Cool.
put them in my bag. I'm not gonna use them yet.
It ages like fine wine. That's the secret the whole time. He's been serving them fresh, but if you just let them sit, that's when it hits. It's like the best thing you ever tasted.
Yeah. So as you basically make your way there, you're going to be beside Duck, and you're also going to be beside Tuggles. As you tell them both the idea of finding this stall of Red Hoof. Okay? Yep. As well as the box that's in there. Okay. Cool. Right. Let's go with I don't mind. Claude or Rian, I don't mind which one. Whoever wants to go first.
Brian, you can go first.
Thanks.
If you don't want to, that's wow.
No. It was just funny how you said it. The what did you call it? The fortune teller.
Okay, so let me get that there. So basically, the fortune teller. I'm just gonna get the main image up here. You see, as you walk up to it, it's a stall. Not a lot of people have come around to it at the moment. So you're first in queue if you want to walk in.
Yeah, I'll just kind of peer inside a little cautiously at first.
Yeah. So as you're walking in, what you do notice to your left as you're walking in is a much more crowded stall at the moment. And it's basically a small gnome individual who seems to be entertaining quite a lot of people in around his stall. There's lots of excitement, lots of lights, lots of children at the front row laughing and cheering as you go in. So this is it's a side by side of another popular stall, and as you walk in, so you just see
like an Arcana check or something, just to see if I feel how much power this person has. I'm wary that they're like a fraud. I don't want to talk to somebody that's just putting on a show.
Yeah.
I've got a 19 Arcana.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't sense any magic in this area. Like there's a very decorative, crystal ball in the middle of the table. You're not sensing anything from that. And even as you walk in, a woman kind of comes in from the back, and there's some beads at the back, like a beaded door. And she comes in, and she's like almost putting out a cigarette as she, on the thing, and she kind of scuttles over and sits in the chair, and she goes, "Welcome, my child. Come in, come in."
Yeah, Rian's not interested in doing this just for fun. She was hoping for real answers, so not sensing any magic. She's just gonna tell the lady, "I'm sorry, this is not where I meant to be," and walk out of the tent.
And she goes, "But what about your father?"
Rian stops for a second, but then keeps going because she doesn't want to get. She knows the tricks of these people. She's worked with Jarvis and like the black markets and stuff.
He's shouting these little lines trying to hook you in. And you're right, you're very much picking up on these sort of intentionally very vague sentences, and we're just trying to get anybody to come in. And she's like, "Oh, but they're in danger." And then she goes back and just lights up another cigarette. Okay.
Yeah, Rian just rolls her eyes and keeps going.
Almost had that one.
Yeah.
Almost had
her. Yeah. What you do notice as because you walked into the stall, okay, and basically Tobin was at the front there. As you're walking out, you start to feel something a little bit warm on the back of your hand, a little bit of a warm sensation, and you start to notice Tobin has kind of started scratching the back of his leg, and he's starting to get quite excited and quite agitated, and you kind of see him kind of turn around, like biting at his leg and scratching away at his leg, and so that's what you notice. And then as you're coming out of that stall, and you just see the people standing to your side, that the crowd that are getting nice and excited. So
okay, Rian's probably just, Tobin hasn't had a big treat in a while.
Yep.
I'll just look around for a good treat for him.
So on the other side of the stall that you were standing at, the one that's excited, the other side of that is where you're getting the smell of treats, and you're starting to smell sort of like popcorn and candy apples and roasted nuts and things like that. And there's a bit of a queue there, not too long, but that's kind of where you're sort of seeing that's where Tobin is going. And even Tobin is like constantly biting away at his own leg, kind of nibbling his leg and stopping to scratch it and things out there. As you're walking past, you're starting to see a small gnome individual who's basically putting on a show for the people around him, and like, oh my god, look at our little performers go, and da 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 da. That's all you sort of hear as you walk past towards the food stall.
Do I see any like turkey legs? That seems like a good big treat for Tobin.
No, when you get to the food stall, so it's a candy apples, it's roasted nuts, and it's popcorn. Is what you can see.
Dogs can eat popcorn. I'll just get a bag of that.
Yeah, so you pick up a bag of popcorn. It's Freaky Deeks branded paper bag popcorn, popping away in the machine, and you're able to grab away at that. And so between yourselves and Tobin, and as you're standing there, you're snacking away on the popcorn there. Yeah. Would you?
Because I know I wanted to keep an eye on Tommy, and that's going to be a hard job for just Claude. So now that I've marked my task off my list, I'm going to go back to babysitting.
Okay. Well, you'll do that. Obviously, you've got there with Tobin, and Tal has begun speaking to Duck and to Tuggles. Claude, while you've been tagging Tommy along the way, before we come to you, we're going to see what you see that Tommy's doing. So, Tommy, where are you at?
So Tommy did want to slip away, but got this idea in his head that maybe if I perform with the other person, people will start tossing coins to me as well. So he tries to go up and do it and realize just the difference. And so he's a big man. Tommy's kind of tall and a little bit more lanky, and he's realizing how bad he's doing, and he thinks the big strong man is starting to get angry at him. So he's like, this was not the right thing I should have done. And I like to do a perception, and you can let me know how much I see. I'm looking for two things. One, I want to see what stall has the most people and where the most coin is being exchanged at. And two, I was also looking for some good treats. So that's a 16. So as I'm doing my fake flexing, I'm kind of like looking around and trying to lock where's the most coin being exchanged, and then where I can get something good.
There's two areas, right? There's a couple of game areas the side, but because you were thinking of game, coin, and food at the same time, the most optimal spot for you is actually you cast your eye across that, and you do see Rian slightly suspiciously, disappointedly looking at you as you're walking around, still doing your thing, because you've noticed that she's standing at the area that has the single biggest crowd, but also has the food there. So it's basically the largest group of people is the stall that she's beside and the food that she's beside, which is kind of one of the prime spots on the way towards the big top.
Okay.
There's a couple of games as well. There's a couple of games a little bit closer that you can start to hear the thump, and the rattle of lots of sounds and things being interacted with, and cheers and bits of disappointment, and so yeah.
All right. Well, see, looking over at the snack thing and seeing that Rain's kind of also just staring back at me. Tommy doesn't want to walk over there right now. He's gonna just kind of like make it look like I didn't make eye contact with her, and just kind of walk towards the closest game thing that has the most people at it.
Two beside each other, so there's a couple of different areas. The one that has the single most people is the strength test. So there's a game of strength, right? And that's where you're hearing the bang and the ding. And there's a smaller table beside him, guy kind of sitting on his own. And he's got 3 cards sitting out in front of him.
Tommy likes a good game of luck, and he'll walk over to the person with the cards.
Okay, fantastic. Cool. So this is basically the 2 stalls beside each other as you're walking along. Okay. So you've got the strong man, and he's got the biggest crowd. Then you've got the very performative looking, basically emo character with the 3 cards in front of you, and he's watching you. You're watching him. You can tell that both of you are trying to eye up the other one to figure out who's the sucker here between the two of you. So both of you have that look about you, but then he'll start to get performative, and you can see he's got a really sort of exaggerated performative voice. He goes, yeah, see if you can test your skill. See if you can find the cards along the way. Hope you don't get lost along the path of life. Like really, really overdoing it. So yeah.
Tommy will play into it though. So you're quick-handed,
Yeah.
you say, with lots of special ways to move the cards. Can I do a history thing to see if I know how this game works from just life of being a pirate and being in around these kind of environments?
It's a pretty easy one for yourself, especially with the pirate background. You can tell this is basically the equivalent of 3-card Monte. It's a classic like find the queen, find the ace type game.
I rolled a 9. What I'm trying to go into it is, do I know that he's playing the legit game, or do I think that he is shiesty and there's not really, and he's doing a sleight of hand thing on me, but it's only a 9, so.
Inside, you can't. There's no tells at the moment of whether it's a legitimate game or a scam game. You're looking for them, so he isn't doing anything blatant that's giving it away.
Okay.
Yet.
Then I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him, and
yep.
Let me see. I think I have to. This is where I can. If I have a +3 to my spell attack, someone else that does spells can help me out here. I see that he has to do a Wisdom save of 11. Do I roll and add a 3 to see what my score is, and then he has to just beat an 11, or?
So usually, if you're doing an attack type spell, you add that number to whatever your roll is to attack. Like if you were doing like
see if
a lightning bolt or something like that, versus something where you charm a person and they have to make a save, they just save against your spell save DC, which is a raw number. It should say what your spell save DC is.
Yeah, but the hit DC wisdom save is a wisdom saving of 11 of 11.
Yeah. So he has to roll
that.
11 or above.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't have to roll
you
anything
add
because
the
it's not an
modifier.
attack. It's like outside of combat.
You
okay.
do that for like straight up attack.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Charm spells and stuff.
So then
at the top of it.
Tommy will do like a he wants to charm person, so you kind of see this extra cheesy like little corner of his mouth go up and almost like a little wink as he's talking, like, so let's see how legit your game is, and hits a wink, and that's him trying to do charm person on this guy.
Yeah. This guy looks at it and you can tell that he is all style and no substance, right? He's got the eyeliner and the hair and the clothes, and he's all very much try to entice and bewilder you just by the way that you look. You do get the sense your charm has worked very, very well on that against his role, and he basically looks at you and just goes, "Yeah, well, as long as I don't put this extra 4th card on the stack, you'll be fine." And then he doesn't know why he said that out loud. And he's like, "Oh yeah, but it's totally, it's a game of chat, and you can try. So he's trying to go back to the performance. He's sweating bullets now. Like he doesn't know why he goes, yeah, and the game of and he's trying to find any distraction because, oh my god, look at how strong that guy is when he hears another ding of the bell, and so yeah.
So Tommy plays right into him being fumbled, and because now the guy thinks that we are kind of friendly. I'm still like, hey, truth is always important in life, and that's why two people like ourselves are always good competition for each other. So go ahead and let's play. And Tommy will put what's, I guess, is it a gold coin or
right?
What is it to play? He'll ask.
Yeah, so just I know we don't really do much of the currency. You just go with the 1 gold. It's fine rather than getting the coppers and silvers and stuff. So yeah,
Tommy will put a gold coin on and wants to play the game. And as the game is being played, and I now have his attention distraction, I want to use Mage Hand to try to take whatever coin he has, whether it's behind the desk or whatever. And so there's like a like as he's doing the little card thing, my little ghostly hand will kind of like float in behind or under the desk, and I am trying to sleight of hand take it whatever he has.
So you can see that he has coins on the table there, but even your keen eye right up enough that they're props. Right, they're prop. They're there to try to entice someone to come to the table. So you can see that quite quickly. Yeah, he basically has like an open box down by his feet. Yeah, because if you're doing assault, that's where you'd put it, right?
Yeah.
So you've kind of got your mage hand as he's doing, and he's really trying to razzle dazzle you with the hands. He's trying to recover this situation. He's doing the razzle dazzle with the hand and like flipping cards around, he's spinning around and all sorts of stuff.
Tommy's like playing into it. He's like,
yeah,
but I'm really conscious. Like I also do this every once in a while, try to see what my mage like my mage hands has got. Is like,
yeah, fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do either a sleight of hand or a performance, because although he's trying to bewilder, you're really trying to keep his attention going. You know, even when you feel the hand, like he's about to look down at his hand, you're like, oh, come on, make it difficult for me, you know, and keep him going to do loads of stuff with his hands.
So you want a performance, or do you want a sleight of hand?
Whichever one you want to pick for the score, then you can kind of tell me how you act that out, or how do you use that?
Okay, I will do sleight of hand, and that's a 27. Yeah. So yeah. Tommy's like, do it faster, and I'll start like grabbing his hands and moving the cards too. So we're both doing it, and he's not sure which card is actually the card anymore, because now we're both actively moving cards at the same time, as my mage hand will float back out and deposit whatever I've gotten from him.
So it's a little small sack. You can only carry a bit of coin there, but it comes in your sleight of hand with that, and the distractions and the fact that he's fumbled have all worked well for this. You basically slip the little bit of coins into your back pocket with the little bag in it. You're going to check it later on. There's going to be 8 gold pieces in that. Okay. It's up to you to really sell it. Do you want to also win the game of cards, or do you want to throw the game of cards?
No, I definitely also want to win. I want my coin that I put down, I want it back, or whatever I would win out of it. So yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. So basically you check, right, and then you know the card is. Oh, and he goes, yeah. Where do you think the card is?
and because Tommy's like really started like doing this, like, you're good, but I'm better, and he'll snatch up the card on the right, my right.
Buddy, well done. Just don't come back here, okay? Just please. I'm just trying to make a living here.
Hey, absolutely. From one performer to another, we all got to make a living out there. How much did I win off of this?
Yeah, you gotta, So, you wanted your coin back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want him to reach down to like look in his stuff. So, Tommy almost kind of like from one performer to another, and I'll pick my own coin up and flip it around. We'll just call this even, and I'll stick my coin back in my pocket, and then start walking away.
So he was about to give you your winnings from his bag of coins. So you've done that so that he doesn't have to check his bag of coins while you're sitting there.
As I walk away, and I'll leave this up to you. The person that has when charm person is used on somebody and the spell ends, the person is aware that they were charmed. So I'll leave it up to you whether, however, if he knows he was charmed, but like, is it just how good of a person I am, like that kind of interaction we had, or if he realizes more.
Is what we'll visit later, because you and I know how this sort of goes, and without this sort of, because nothing's really going to happen to him to quote unquote break your concentration or break your effect on it while you're there. Okay, so he's going to know what happened later on, not while you're sitting there in front of him. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Cool.
And then I will basically walk with a smile over to Raid and be like, you mind? And as I put my like hand over the popcorn to see if she'll let me have some popcorn.
If it's gonna keep Tommy focused and right there, Rian's just gonna allow this.
Big handful of popcorn, and I have the cheesiest grin on my face because like I just won. Life is good. And I'm just eating my popcorn.
As you're standing there, that's when you see these are the two stalls that Rhea's beside. She's beside the food cart and she's beside the other performer.
Okay.
When she's sitting there. So this is what you see when you're sitting there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll come back to you in a second. Claude, you just watched Tommy win at the card game. You keep that, or is there anything you want to do when you're walking around? Or look out?
Yeah, Claude's not really interested in the games, but he is hungry.
Yeah.
So he's going to grab whatever meat he can find from a stall as he's passing through. And also a bottle of ale, but not for himself. He'll just for now.
The best place to find that is sort of other food stalls like this, but you kind of get the feeling they're all very much similar. You would even sort of understand with your merchant background, meat would be quite hard to keep at this type of traveling circus. You know, there's no refrigeration, there's none of those sorts of facilities. You're not seeing like a bunch of, you know, cows or other sort of projects there for like meats or steaks. So you can see that a lot of the food that's here is food sort of in terms of exploration. You can see, you know, the candied apples and the drinks and the popcorn and things like that. These are things that last. You can buy them in bulk and they're going to last for a while. That's logistically why they work well for a traveling circus. So you're not going to get, you know, big legs of meat or steaks or anything out there because they just wouldn't last on the road.
Turkey leg is unacceptable.
No turkey legs, I know. No turkey legs, no there's no rolls of cheese like any classic Skyrim shop or anything out there. No, nothing like that. No cheese rolls, no sweet rolls, no nothing, none of that.
Couple sweet rolls.
Yeah.
So no charcuterie boards, what you're saying? This place sucks.
Beside the food and drink, I'm just fine. I see that Rhea's caught up with Tommy, so I'm less concerned. But I do want to keep an eye out for anybody who might be keeping an eye on Tommy, because I know he tends to draw attention to himself with his shenanigans. So is there anybody who might be like tailing him or keeping an eye on him to keep him from scamming people?
Yeah, you don't notice anyone directly though. Let's call them sort of makeshift guards around the place, but in a sense, they're not necessarily watching Tommy directly. They're maybe watching you guys just as a party because you do stand out as individuals. But you get the feeling they're more there to corral the public away from sort of personnel only authorized areas, or towards the big top itself. So it's not like someone's tagged you and they're watching you and you are clearly in trouble. Because even Tommy, the stall that Tommy was at, doesn't know what Tommy did. So you know he was slight with that. You get the feeling that the kind of the makeshift guards are not big bruisers or anything. They just look like guys that are off shift and it's their job to, you know. So you can see people walking up and going, "Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this for performers only," and redirecting people as they walk around.
I'll just keep tailing them. I'll try and stay within more or less 10 feet to keep them within my aura of protection, but...
Yeah. As you're standing there, you basically, there's a little bit of an itch at your foot, but you're able to kind of lean down and shake it off. You don't feel anything. This is before you felt something. You're just able to sort of shake it off. Tommy, same with yourself. There, you were starting to feel something along your arm as you're going for your popcorn, but once again, you're able to kind of like shake it off. You don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's go back to Tell, Duck, and Tuggles. As that little group are still basically walking away from the knife throwing stand, or wherever you guys want to go. But I'll just say this is where you were at the time. Tell, you've made your way around. You've now met up with Duck, and you've met up with Tuggles. What do you want to do?
So,
Hell,
yeah, go ahead.
nice to see you back in uniform.
I just want to fit in, blend in with the crowd just in case.
Which crowd are you trying to blend in with?
The carnival one.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think I did a little bit of that myself with Kit here, trying to firm up some business for him. My buddy,
He's excited to see you. He's terrified to look at. He's going through all the emotions. He's amused when he looks at you, terrified when he looks at Tuggles, and he chuckles when he looks at Tell. So,
Don't laugh at me. Can I throw a knife at this target before we get going?
Want to give it a shot? What do you say, Kit? I
mean,
swear this time it will be nowhere near as can we get a redo? It won't be like my buddy Tuggles here.
Let me help drum up a little business. Let me toss a couple.
I don't know why. When you said "Don't laugh at me," can I toss a knife? I thought he was gonna throw a knife at the kid. I was like, "Don't laugh at me."
That's exactly the way Kit reacted before you said "at this target." So he was like, and then at the target. Okay.
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
give us 3 attack rolls, please, with your just d20s with your dex modifier, unless you have a proficiency with your daggers. I'm not sure.
I don't.
Okay.
It's a dex roll, you said?
Yes.
Okay, 19. Fucking 19, 17, and 1.
Oh no.
Another one.
So first one, bang, right in the middle of the target. Excellent shot. Second one, bang, just off center. Really good. Third one, you got overly cocky. You were like, oh, this is easy. Boom, boom. And then just bang, you launch it, and it hits the ground, or it kind of just almost kind of flips out. I'm going to say it fumbles out of your hand, right? Because you're boom, 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 and you got cocky, and it kind of fumbles out of your hand and just drops. Okay? Kit's first reaction is to look at you and go, are you going to react as angrily as Tuggles did? That's his first sort of fear reaction. He looks at you and goes,
No. Oh, Butterfingers. Oops.
sorry, got me on that one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so and just that roller coaster reaction from Kit comes in. He's terrified, and then the guy in the clown costume, the clown sort of jester costume, just goes, "You Butterfingers." Just really lightens the mood for him there, and he kind of plays along, and you can kind of see him almost trying to quote, like, you can see him trying to almost like remember what was his dad saying this thing, and he goes, well, the best thing you can do is take another shot at it, buddy. Really trying to entice you to play another game as he takes your gold coin and slips it behind the counter, as you didn't get enough to win.
So I have
do
to
you
hit
say?
all 3 bullseyes?
Sorry?
The objective to hit all 3 bullseyes?
No, you can't. You can't have one complete miss. So.
Alright, yeah, let me try again.
How the addiction starts.
Let me wipe up my real quick so we don't have another slip up.
Okay.
19, 18, and a 2.
Again, sorry. Once again, same thing. It's like 2 really good hits. Bang, bang. Be confident. And let's say on this one, Tuggles doesn't want you to win. Like, hits you in the back or something, like taps you in the back as you realize you're making the 3rd shot. So yeah, but either way, you don't even know. It's like, because you tried, you went bang bang 2 shots and then it didn't work. Yeah, so And you can see Kit's job now. Kit feels like he's got somebody on the hook here. He's like, yeah, come on, you can't end it like that. Have another go. Drop another gold coin on the board. Come on, you can't leave it like that. Look at all these beautiful ladies looking at you. You can't leave it like that, buddy. Come on.
Oh, he's good. He's good. I'm in.
Oh,
more
come on,
time.
Tell you got this. One more try. You got this, buddy. I'm trying to yeah. I mean, I know you already hooked Tell, but I'm gonna add on to it. Really egg him on.
All right, here we go.
Oh, he's good.
All three are gonna hit this time. Here we go. Okay, I'm done. 12, 11, 2. My last one. Now I'm starting to get frustrated.
You're cautiously throwing it just to, you're trying to be focused, but you're almost trying to, and you lost that focus that you had on the first one. You're out of the zone completely. The first two do hit the board, but they're not close to the middle. They're like along the outsides, along the outside edges. They're not particularly impressive. They're not in the prize zone of that middle one. And then the second one, it hits the bottom of the board, but and just drops down onto the ground. So it doesn't fumble. It does go through. It just doesn't lodge into the board and kind of just falls and hits off the ground. And Kit's just going, but you were so much closer. Like that third one hit the board this time. Come on, you can have another go. Come on.
It was just enough to piss me off. Now I'm done.
Okay. He goes, well, if you change your mind, mister, you know what my stall is. You're my favorite customer for today. And he looks at Duck and he gives him a wink because you can tell he's like trying to learn the seals patter from him. He goes like, you're my favorite customer. I believe you. I know you can come back. And he winks at Duck, and he doesn't wink at Tuggles. Definitely not. And just decides, he goes, step right, come on, see, surely you can do better than that guy. Is like one of the last things you hear as you're like walking away from the stall. Like, come on, like, you can see him, he's using you as an example to get other guys to try to impress their girlfriends there, with the knives. Come on, you're better than that guy. At least you can hit the board 3 times. Come on. He's really got his confidence going because you got 3 gold coins, basically out of that. So yeah.
Hey, nice try, Tell. And you can't. Not everybody can. Not everyone's a winner.
Yeah.
You really played the part, though. Like,
If we get him some business. What's the prize? Did he say what the prize was?
I got this little dog, and this flask. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't even. Feels like there's something in here. I don't know though. You want consolation prize, and I'm gonna offer up Tell the a swig. You wanna give it a try?
Where did that come from?
The kid. I don't know. They had this.
We trust him?
Have I tried some?
No, do we trust him? Did I take a picture?
The mysterious
Trust
red
him as
cup
far as
situation.
Douglas could throw him. Douglas, how far do you think you could throw that kid?
Good night.
I'm like,
Far.
I don't have to throw him. I got sure he'd be glad to. So,
This moment where Duck is offering the flask to Tell. Do you accept it? Do you take it? Do you actually take a drink from it? Basically, is what the question is. But well, you guys just sort of stand there going, I don't know what to do next.
yes, fuck it. Give me a swig. I need a drink right now.
Hell yeah, brother.
Is it branded? Is there something on the flask?
You can see on the screen there, it's a Freaky Deeks branded like flask.
That makes me suspicious. But I'll drink it anyway. Fuck it.
Self-branding, don't trust it.
I'm not myself.
We're here to have a good time. Let's try to loosen up. I know I am.
I'm not a long time.
Okay, cool. Tell, you take a drink of it. Basically, just as you're going through, very very sweet smell of it as it goes through, but it's really tasty, very sweet smell. Um, it's just an ale. It's just a sweet ale. Yeah, it's not like a hard liquor or anything. It's just a sweet smelling ale. As you go through, and you have a drink. And is there anything you want to? Have you forgotten that you wanted to say something, or have you just decided not to talk because you're annoyed that you lost? So yeah.
Yep. I do want to get with Mr. Duck here and take him to the other place so I can show him that case.
Okay.
That's the only other thing I wanted to do.
Yeah. So, for yourself, basically, even without necessarily having to like get in behind the stall, Tell is basically pointing you towards the stall. He goes, "Hey, behind that stall there, by the way, I saw this really cool case for your loot." So and he basically describes the detail that's on it. That it's locked. It's and sort of how fancy it is. It's a bit dusty. It hasn't been used for a while. And the monogram that's on it and the other decorations that are on it.
Oh, yeah, well, where did you find it? Inside in an empty stall?
Yeah, it's you remember, were you there for the cupcakes? Remember the orc with the cupcakes?
Oh, the fish cupcakes.
Yeah. Well, he has a stall over here.
Oh, is he here?
Obviously. I didn't see him. He wasn't in his stall, so
That's
it's weird.
That's strange.
Yeah, Tuggles, you're also hearing this story as well because you're obviously beside Bo at this time as well. So
there was a ledger, and we've got the box. It looks like to me a loot that is locked.
Uh-huh. Yeah, let's see if we can go get our hands on it.
Yeah, you have any lockpicks? I didn't have any.
No, I'm sure Tommy does. We could probably find him afterwards.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, I mean, I've fiddled with it, but no, that's not my forte.
Yeah, maybe we can get Mr. Strongman, and I'm looking at puzzles to pop it open for us.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a shot. Yeah, either one of those I think is doable.
Yeah.
So before any of you guys actually want to go to interact with that stall, as I said, there was a couple of guys sitting around watching, right? And now that you three characters kind of stood around, sort of looking at this area, they're starting to get a little bit suspicious of you. So you get the feeling, first of all three of you go to this abandoned stall. It's almost in like a personnel only area. And if you do, you're certainly not going to be able to go, let's say, unwatched, if that makes sense.
Fine.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
drunk. Fuck.
One swig. That's it. That's all he needs.
Some strong stuff.
Don't give up.
Depending on what that shit is. I think Bo feels comfortable going back there. Mostly, one, we know the orc, so I feel like this is like a good faith. Like we're not doing anything wrong. So two, I have the loot that like everything that Tell described as the case, like the double head, and describing the loot very ornate, just like the loot. He feels like like I can get, this is ours. Like we're fine.
How are you going to get to the stall? Are you just going to walk up to the stall? You're going to are you going to try to sneak in? You're going to create a distraction? Because either way, if you walk up, you're going to have these two guys. Yeah, they're definitely side eyeing you guys.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say that.
Oh,
was just gonna. What's that? We do notice it, or?
No, he asked if you noticed it or not. Yeah, I'll say you will because I've sort of brought it out because you can't get the idea. It's like, they're getting less, they're being less and less subtle about watching you guys, put it that way, because you're standing there looking at
Yeah.
it.
Did you you already came to the stall though, didn't you tell? Alright, so kind of noticed that. I'm just like, alright, well, act like you belong, I guess. Go with that, Tuggles?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Alright,
I'd like to see my friend again, though. I wonder where he's gone.
I don't know. We're gonna walk up to the. Yeah, I think we're gonna I'm gonna walk up to the stall as if I belong off of it.
Got Tuggles. We'll be fine. He's our bodyguard.
I definitely am booking it straight for the 2 remaining cupcakes on the table.
Nice. Okay, so it's a case of Tuggles is going straight for the cupcakes up at the front. And who's trying to get into the back? Is it Bo and Tel, or is it just Bo? Who's trying to get in around the back of the stall?
I'm gonna walk up to the front of it to see if I can just like act, see if I can see signs of him. Red Hoof. Wasn't that his name? The orc.
Yeah. And because of the reminder, I put it on I put it on the sign as well, just to make sure. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm gonna kind of.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Can you give me a stealth check, please?
Roll 15.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so the presence of especially the size of Tuggles in there is enough to sort of distract you to get to the back at the moment. But if you want to try to get back, you would obviously either need a distraction or like a very high stealth roll. But at the moment, you've got Tuggles right beside you at the front of the stall.
Yeah, I'm guessing I don't see anything of interest. I mean, what's the state of the stall? Like,
it's been abandoned months. Like anything you look at the stall, like the fish cakes, while Tuggles may be enjoying them, you can tell that there's definitely an age to them. There's a few flies and things around the bags with those fish tails and the fish bones that you can see there. The last bit of chocolate you can see in the mixing bowl to your left is well dried. So it's not like it was recently used. It's definitely been abandoned for a while. Even the placement of the stall is almost kind of more out of the way. Like eventually at some point they might recycle the stall. But for now it's still got the old branding and banners on it.
So Bo's gonna try to get around. He's gonna get into the stall, but I don't think he's gonna do it stealthily. I don't think he feels a need to.
Okay. Well, as you begin to walk around unstealthily, basically 2 of the guys walk up right beside you. I go, I'm sorry, gentlemen, are you lost?
No, not at all. This is our friend Redhoof's stand, is it not? Or was?
But he hasn't. You know he's not here anymore, right?
No. Last we saw, he was in Daggerford. He has his own bakery now. He has his own shop there.
So
You're cutting out.
Yeah, you're
Sorry,
cutting out.
yeah,
And we got
yeah.
here. The 2 guys were bantering.
they're excited for him. They're like, "Wow, Redwood's got a bakery going. That's incredible." Yeah, wow, in Dagenford. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did you guys not know that? Like, when was the last time you saw him?
He's been gone like what, 6 months? Yeah,
Why do you?
When he says that, I like stop chewing the cupcake and look at it in my hand for a second.
yeah.
But wait, 6 months? What have you guys been in this spot this whole time?
Yeah, the band was on it, but we're not going to throw away a good stall. We use the oven at the back. Like,
So you guys?
yeah, we'll use the stall. Like, we take everything with us. We can't, waste not, want not. You know,
Just
we're not gonna.
transport the stall like this?
Yeah, it's you close up the front of it, and you use the oven for our cooking. That's why we're here. This is our lunch area. You know.
So it's no longer. Oh, so he Red Hoof mentioned something he had left actually with you guys, and we were here to pick it up.
Persuasion or deception? Sorry, deception.
Yeah, I guess that part is a lie, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
It is deception. Where are you? It's 5. That's an 8.
Okay. Okay. Well, what was he looking for?
Well, whenever I met him, I have this loot here, and he says something like he went tearing back into his shop looking for it, and he said, "Hold on, I have something." And he went, and then he came back extremely disappointed, and he mentioned that he used to have a case that resembled exactly what this was. And
I care about George's Lucas.
George, that's who I won the loot from. I beat him in George was also in Daggerford. Whenever we were around the same time that we.
So small.
It is, isn't it?
I'm George. Wow.
And George, yes. Two great gentlemen we met.
All over the other guys. He goes, "Hey, get George's loot." There's a little moment where he's like, "Fine, how did you get the loot?"
Oh,
Like, George is okay, right? And kind of like a couple of them kind of sit up because they're getting a bit defensive here. He goes, "You didn't do anything to George, did you?"
nothing malicious. No, I just simply I beat him in a contest of performing arts at the tavern there.
Wow. You take it. The loss.
He was a very good sport about it. He
Yeah.
handed over the loot and disappeared.
That sounds like George. Yeah.
We saw him again after that, but
yeah, he seemed to have a sort of a mixed relationship with that loot. You know, he would look after it, but you know, the fact that he didn't bring the case of it, so yeah.
It has been a trouble. It has been troublesome for me. I've tried to master it, but there's nothing. I don't know. It's something about this thing that's very random. That's what I'll say.
Oh, wow. Yeah, strange stuff did kind of happen with George every so often during his performances, but I wasn't quite sure if that was just nerves getting the better of him or on stage, but right. Okay.
Yeah, well, my friend Tell back there, he said he had stopped over here earlier and he wanted to bring me over to show me that Red Hoof was here, and or his stand was, and I don't know, I was hoping that I could find his loot. The loot case. I didn't hope that you wouldn't mind if we go grab it.
Yeah, well,
how are we telling them so much information? I'm trying to hide back here.
No, Tell pops up and scares the crap out of the other guy that's with her, but he goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
look up. I didn't know you were back there. But he does look at you, and you have told him about the loot, and he recognizes it, so you can see that. And he goes, "Yeah, it kind of makes sense for you to have this case because they're not using it anyway. It's just been kind of thrown back there." So he goes, "Okay, yeah."
Persuasion's more my strong suit, so I'm trying to get a truthfulness now.
Yeah. So give us a persuasion roll. That was kind of what that was leading to. Persuasion roll because you want him to give you the loot. It's a good roll because you got a lot of stuff to kind of back it up with. It's not just anybody asking for it.
That is a 13.
13. Okay. He goes, "I'll give it to you for 5 gold."
5 gold? You just said you weren't even using it.
It's got sentimental value. Sentimental. George, just No, George.
Okay.
Ah,
I mean, I don't want any trouble, and obviously this isn't a place for the public. We didn't realize that. So yeah, no problem. Five gold it is. I mean, half what I have, but hey,
yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, well, we'll be sorry to lose it.
And I'll
And
be
he kind of
grateful
picks
to
it.
have
He,
it.
he kind of picks it up and goes, he's like wiping off dust and cobweb off it because you can tell it hasn't been looked at in a while. He's like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna miss it. Cleans it off and he's willing to give it to you, but the other hand is out as well, looking for the 5 gold.
And yeah, he hands it over. Wow, it's amazing how you can maintain the dust while transporting it over and over again. It's almost like no one's ever touched it.
It's just moving. It's dust, and it happens.
Really,
Even as he said, he's kind of like counting the coins and kind of turned his back to you. He's happy enough to just go and sit back where he was. So he's like, yeah. It's just moving and stuff.
it was nice meeting you, gentlemen. What was your name?
Hold on. Before they
Go
go, you guys know where the key is for this thing? Know all about it? Sentimental key?
He says cynically.
He's like you can tell very obviously he has not looked at this thing in a long time. It's just in there, and he goes, I just assume George has it. He's just saying anything to kind of like this. It's like a really poor deception roll. He's just going, I just assumed George probably has it.
Do you mind if we poke around and look for it?
It's your case, buddy. And he's like 1 gold, 2 gold, 3 gold, 5 gold.
Well, I guess I guess we can look around. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus or throw you, I guess, into the bus there, Tell, but you just gotta smile and wave. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta sneak in the shadows, too.
Tuggles, as you're sitting there, you hear a couple of different. You hear a bit of scuffling. You're quite aware of what's going on around you. You can see a little bit of walking, a few more walking towards the entrance of the big tent, and you can hear a couple of different roars in the background and sort of clanking at like cages and things like that. Nothing crazy, nothing just you just hear a lot of movement and sort of sets being established and stuff out there. And basically you look down and you see a little bug in the ground and you squash it with your foot.
Oh, I yell. I'm like, unfortunate. I'm gonna be sad for a moment, but then thank the bug for the part that he played in this world, and then move on. Poor little guy.
I was gonna poke around, like hear him scream, like, "What, Tuggles? You all right?"
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm okay. I stubbed my toe on something.
Oh, all right. Just making sure you're all right. That I don't want you getting all riled up.
No, of course.
Y'all know what happens when that happens.
So you guys have the loot box, the loot case, and Claude, Ryan, Tommy, and Tobin are all over eating popcorn. Tommy is still not sure if Ryan is actually going to share any for popcorn with him at that time, and that's when we go back to that group.
Just looking for like a quick little bit, just something to take the edge off.
Like,
Duck is the perfect thing for you.
Duck does.
Go ahead and take a sip of that.
I'm just gonna tilt the bag a little towards you.
You tilt it towards me. Oh, Tommy takes a handful. This place is freaking amazing. I love it here. just full eating the popcorn.
So he can't wander off with it, and if she moves, he'll come with her.
Wait, so you let me have a handful and then you start moving away with it?
You start leading him along.
Tommy will
You're going-
follow.
you're
Yeah,
going.
just. Do I see anybody else in the group? Claude just came over, but do we
Yeah.
see the other half of the group?
I was gonna say that we would like to. I was gonna suggest to us go. Let's try finding Tommy before we brute force our way into it. Let's try a little finesse.
I agree with that. I want to move that direction anyway towards the strength. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I want to.
Yeah. Oh, the strength one. Okay, very good. Okay, cool. Right. So we'll do that first. Talk about base. You rock up, and naturally, the kind of sea of people depart. They split, they part for you as you walk through, and you're walking up, and you've got the old strong man up at the thing. Where's that picture? Where is he? There he is. Yeah. Oh. And he just looks at you and just kind of grunts, goes, "All right, big fella. You wanna take a shot? Or are those real muscles, or are they just for show?"
Oh, shucks, I'll give it a shot.
I would like to
And I walk
rage.
up. Oh, I'm thinking about it. We'll see. Yeah, I'll walk up.
So basically, it's pretty simple. He's looking at it, goes, "It's pretty simple. I think I could even explain it to you. You take this hammer, you hit the platform, the bell goes ding, you win."
Sounds simple enough to me.
Would you like me to explain it again?
One more time.
Did
Just,
you?
just in case.
See if you can get the nuances of the topic at hand.
Yeah. One more time. Run it by me.
You take hammer, you go bang, it go ding. Yeah, you win.
Okay. Yeah. No, I got it. All right. I'll crack my knuckles, and I will take the hammer.
This hammer is about 60 pounds of weight.
All right.
So it's a big old slab of thing, but you being Tuggles, naturally, you lift it up relatively easily. You get good movement, and that's probably one of the first signs that you see old Patch here really go, well, like just how sort of easily you kind of swoop this thing up. Most other people are like, you've seen other people like, barely get it onto their shoulder and jump. You're trying to do that, and you're just up onto your shoulder. Yep. Give us an athletics check, please.
An athletics check. Can do. All right. Nice. That is. Hold on. Let me make sure. I think I only get advantage if I'm raging, which I'm currently not.
Yeah.
Off. Normal roll. 24.
Okay. You smash this, and it does go up, and you do actually break the bell. Right? You broke the mechanism. With that there, you've knocked the bell off the top. It was really quite tall. It flew up and flung into this thing. And you could tell even this mechanism was a weighted mechanism as well. So it was weighted against it, and you still just absolutely smashed this thing with the weight of the hammer, the force that you brought around, and you've knocked the bell clean off, hits the ground, and there's like a stunned silence of everybody in the crowd, even other stall owners to the side. I went, and they're looking at Patch.
I
And
turn
Patch
around
is
and look at him
Sorry.
and say, "Did I do it right?"
I was gonna follow up, sir. It looks like you are out of a job.
Respect that. Good job, fella. Yeah. And basically, so he goes, "I got just the prize for you." And he goes over to the stall next door because he doesn't have prizes underneath his stall because no one wins his game. He goes over to the stall and he gets, "I'm going to give you this cute little kitty cat." and he basically tosses the toy into your chest. But that's kind of, but you can see when he's looking at you, there's like a little smirk. He's not trying to be antagonistic. He's more like kind of busting your chops sort of thing at this stage now, because you kind of got that respect. And he goes, you know what, you do earn this. And you see his bottle. He leans down and he goes, my son was going to have this, but I think you've earned it. So you get another one of those branded Freaky Deeks flasks that you have with the drink in it.
Hell yeah.
Cool. He goes, yeah, just be careful, okay?
Oh, I assure you, I will be super careful.
Yeah. And as he goes over, he goes, probably the closest thing, he's looking at you, and he goes, and you just get this big arm like to your shoulder, just like, oomph, just like a man, like, yeah. And he goes over and he picks up the bell, and you can see he's got to get a closed sign at his stall. He puts it at the front, and basically that just, you've shut down that stall for the moment. But yeah, so congratulations, you've got yourself a little kitty cat toy, and you've got yourself one of the branded ale flasks as well.
I'm smitten with the kitty cat, and I don't think I could care less about the bottle. As we approach the group, I feel like I've, over the short time that I've known these guys, I know Tommy to be the drinker or the alcohol aficionado. So I toss the bottle at him, and then am smitten with my little kitty.
Handful of popcorn. I catch the flask. This day just gets better. And I'll unscrew it and definitely take a drink of it, and then put it into my coat pocket.
Okay, fantastic. Cool. As you guys are sitting around, you do start to see a little bit of activity. A few more people are making their way towards the big top. But is there anything else you guys want to do while you're sitting there and sort of have reconvened as a group? Or anything you want to discuss or inform the party?
So, I know it's a little meta, but you had the flea circus.
Yep.
Show up on that, and are we gonna pass that at all? That's something I'd like to check that out.
The circus, because you've made your way towards the party because they were there at the food stall, and the food stall is next to that flea circus. So I'll get that up for you now.
So before we get to that, I'm gonna, I would definitely get.
You can see the AI-ness of this images, because the branding of this place is just very inconsistent.
I got away from you.
Yeah,
it got away from you on because I saw the bottles are freaky deers.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly. You just go, you know what? I like 95% of the image, and after that, just let the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will have perfection here.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. You brought it up.
That's exactly. That's why
I think the people at the circus are just illiterate and can't spell.
Yeah. That's it. So, but basically, you're at the food stall, and everyone's that's where you meet the rest of the party. You look over and you see the crowd, and there's little kids cheering, and their parents are behind them, and they're all looking down at these little, this little box, and you can see this gnome character with the big steampunk type glasses and the magnifying and etc. And he's excitedly performing to everybody around. He goes, "Oh, let's see our tiniest performers in the world, and to see them do daring and amazing things." So yeah.
The flea circus. I've not seen one of those. We gotta check this out. He walks up to that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Professor Pico, and he's got a little scrawny voice with the gnome, and he goes, "Oh, sir, step right up. See our tiniest performers.
Oh my gosh.
Do amazing things." And you look down and you can see this glass box, and you see little contraptions in there like seesaws and swings and little boxes, and these things all seem to be moving around almost seemingly on their own. As you come
He's,
up.
yeah, he's like, oh, can they? What kind of tricks do they do? How can you? What all can they do?
Oh, they're amazing. They can work together as a team, and they can do tasks, and they just love to be in the spotlight.
Well, let's see what. Can you give me a show?
Yeah, of course, Sonny. And he leans in, and basically as you go through, and you can see like little seesaw kind of going back and forth, and little tiny vehicles kind of going along. It obviously it's a very very small spectacle. You're looking at, so you are like you almost get down, and it goes if you have trouble seeing, it gives you like a magnifying glass, and you kind of look down, and you can hear voices in the background. Goes, it's all they're little machines. There's no actual fleas. There's real doubt, like are the actual animals, or the little mechanisms, and that as you're going along, you've got the magnifying glass and you're trying to look down and see what's going on. So
they're not actually fleas.
that's what you're trying to figure out when you investigate.
Tuggles. Look at you. Love animals. Look at this.
Love animals. I will come look at this.
Look at these little things.
I'm gonna look at them.
Got them trained.
And I'm gonna look really, really, really closely at them, and just in a split second of horror, I'm gonna think back like 10 minutes. Do these bugs look familiar at all? Oh no, I feel a little bit worse, but I don't think anything.
Oh
so
no.
So you didn't necessarily see it because obviously it was very very small, right? You saw basically something move, right? And you kind of instinctively stepped, right? And based on as you now know, the feeling of it underneath your feet and the size that it was, you have a feeling that, this is probably one of the things you stepped on. And Professor Pico looks at him and goes, what's wrong, Sonny?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, but look at the tricks, and you can see like a little rope, like a little tight rope along the thing, and it's kind of slightly swinging as it goes along.
Oh,
and there's
that's
a little
amazing.
seesaw.
Oh, look at that! Isn't that amazing? Look at these
It
little
is
things.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
They go to circus at the circus.
Yeah. They got a flea circus at the circus.
Circusception.
Yeah,
They're gonna need a kick to get back out.
Yeah. Okay, and basically that's kind of, so you can see him. He's keeping you, enthralled with him. You're sort of watching along, and you can see little kids kind of piling around you guys because they want to see the fleas, and you can't see the fleas. As you two big guys are right at the thumb, like head down under it, leaning over it. No one else can see what's going on. But Pico's not the one rushing you off. Like he's just happy for anyone to be able to see his little friends.
How do you show them? How do you get them to do this?
Just respond well to sweets, and sweet flavors and sweet smells. So a lot of times you can, kind of, dip the rope in a little bit of oil, and get them onto it, or the ends of the seesaw. So, so yeah.
These can't be the same fleas that are around like our friend over there, Tobin. Right? Are these special fleas? Where do you get them?
They're special. I've been working with them my entire life. This has been my act for my entire life. It's not big, and some of the other stalls here, do get, can sometimes get the bigger crowds, but I love the performance, and they can do so many amazing things. It's they're a little miracle.
How do you keep them in that little kit? Like, do they not get away? Do you
I try to keep the box repaired, and and they're not always the same fleas. There's kind of different like batches of them. like anyone, you always kind of work them in shifts, you know. So the other ones I keep stored over there.
Oh well, that's amazing. But you're best attraction here yet.
Whoa. Thank you, sir. That is. I forgot the voice for a second. That was very kind of you, sir. Really appreciate that, and tell him Pico's always happy to put on a show.
Hmm.
Can I look? I want to just look at these bugs. Can I get like I don't know what I would roll, but like a general vibe check to see if they're like, are they cool with this, the bugs, or like, I mean the bugs. I can't really tell if they are cool with anything, right? But like, they cool with this?
Animal handling would probably be the best thing that you would sort of do for that.
You do that. That is the 7.
7. They are acting like every flea, and as far as you're concerned, this is perfect. As far as you're concerned, this is perfectly average flea behavior.
Nice. Oh, these guys are loving it. Oh, the sugar. I'm sure they're happy with it.
Yeah, and the sweetness, once again, your nose is sort of in here. This is the same sort of sweetness you've been picking up around the rest of the the circus area. So yeah.
Would we be able to have one? Do you sell them at all? Could we take one home with us? Could we make it our buddy? I have a little buddy flea.
I'm very attached to them, and do you know how to take care of fleas?
I mean, I have.
They're quite easy to get. They're quite easy to step on because you can't really see them.
Yeah, but I'm sure I could keep. You said they eat sweets, or they respond well to sweets.
They do. They also can bite. Are you?
I've been bitten by worse.
How
much? What do you say? How's 2 gold pieces for a flea? And I look around for like a bottle or something or a jar to keep it in.
John to the side, he's willing to sort of do that for you. You can't get the feeling that he loves performing. There isn't, the like kind of the little tip jar that he has off to the side. There isn't a lot of money in it. So it's very performing. He loves what he's doing, but he's not making a lot of money from it. So that's probably one of the only reasons he's sort of begrudgingly accepting an actual coin. Because all the stalls are shops and games, and you pay for them. But he's just happy. Like, he loves the kids come up and take a look at it. So yeah, he's begrudgingly but quite quick to accept your sort of offer for some gold.
Oh, cool. Got a little flea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gives you almost the equivalent of his tip jar that he had there, and he takes one of the boxes. He goes, "Oh, no, nothing." And he turns around and puts a couple of them into the jar and goes and hands it to you.
I take it. I take them and I give him my 2 gold, and I have 3 gold left. Running
Love it.
This is
Get flung down at this circus.
That's yeah. This whole time, I thought Bo thought he was going to keep an eye out for people that he knew or what. He's really just like nostalgia kicking in for him. Yeah. The good parts of it.
Very good. Very good. Okay, yeah. So you're there. Basically, you've got some fleas. You got a jar of fleas. Put that in your bag for me. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, and so what he's going to suggest also on as you go back, just you got to be careful because you got to give them some air. So don't keep that jar closed forever. But it's really hard to like keep them in there so they don't jump out. Because if you poke a hole, the smallest jump out of the hole. And yeah, so
I'll figure something out. Don't worry, he'll be safe. I got Tuggles to watch over me.
Oh, and then he goes, one more thing. And he takes his flask, the Freaky Deeks glass, flask that he has, and he opens up the jar and just drop a little bit of that just so it covers the bottom of the jar, not so it's going to drown anyway, just enough just for them to sort of eating. That might keep drowning you from your new things that you got. Just a little drop right in the middle, and you can kind of see the closest thing now that you've sort of seen is like little almost sort of black lines and black spots forming as a bunch of them sort of come together and eating away at the sweet drop that's in there.
Jar of fleas that drink ale. Got it. What is that? What did you just pour in? What is that?
I used to do that with honey, but I found that this new ale that we have is so much better. So much better. Keeps them active. I actually honestly think they live for longer. They're just so much more active, so much performance, so much more energy to them. So yeah.
That's great. All right. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you, Professor.
And nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Sonny.
The children are piling up.
Yeah.
They want to see what's going on.
Yeah. And he goes, enjoy the show tonight.
Oh, thank you. We will.
And at that you can kind of see as the kids are going a little bit more shuffling around, and as you guys are talking, you can kind of have another moment to sort of regroup. But what you're starting to notice at the front of the top is sort of people starting to come in, and you're starting to hear the first notices of those sort of old wood, sort of style megaphones going, the show starts in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, everybody.
So we are regrouped.
Yeah, let's go check out the show. And Tommy will start walking towards the tent.
Everybody's just watching
Tommy will start walking towards the tent.
Oh,
Tommy
Tobin,
has such a good pep in his step right now. It's a good day for Tommy.
Bo's gonna hand the plush dog that he got from the knife throwing. He's gonna try to hand that to Tobin, see if he has any interest in it.
Tobin loves it. He gets it, and you can see him. He does that playful thing where it's like he grabs, he's happy, but then he does the shaking it like mad as he loves it. Yeah, and he's shaking away like mad, and then scratching at the back of his leg, and he's like looking up at the ring and going his mouth. So yeah, he loves it.
Great. You guys want to do anything else while we're here?
I mean, the show about to start. Let's go see what this is all about.
Think we should?
Why else would we be at the circus?
Well, you don't seem like you're having a good time. You alright, bud?
I'm keeping my distance from Duck because I saw him get those fleas, and as somebody who spent a lot of time on the road, I know I'm intimately familiar with fleas, and so I'm just like kind of unconsciously itching. Like you see, I'm just kind of scratching at nothing, but he's keeping his distance from Duck.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a great time, but
Come on, Claude, lighten up.
as
Just slaps him on the shoulder and starts walking towards the big tent.
Out of
okay.
curiosity, about how much time has passed since we got here?
Maybe 5 minutes. You kind of be walking around, just enough time to sort of prepare for the show and then sort of let it get started.
I mean,
Yeah, I think Bo is unconscious to his new appearance, but
Yeah,
curious.
let's say you're still in it at least for a little while. Anyway,
so to keep the bit going, would you say that's a long rest or just just play?
as we go into the tent, the big tent, I want to cast Divine Sense just to make sure there's nothing fishy about this place.
Yeah, so you do make your way, and you sense a lot of excitement and a lot of anticipation for the show. You don't sense anything along the line of sort of undead or sort of demonic, evil, fiendish is the correct word for that. Yeah. So basically, as you're walking in, you see like there's torchlight within this circus ring, and people are eagerly making their way in and taking a seat and anticipating. You can hear whispers of excitement of what might be happening as you go through the audience. And obviously there's no microphone system, but you do hear sort of a voice in the background, kind of behind one of the bleachers, making the sound of for the show to come up. And as you're sitting there, basically you're starting to see different acts come back and forth across things. So almost like an opening number. And one of the first opening acts that you see is a trapeze flying through the air above you, back and forth and swinging from rope to rope. There's no safety net anywhere around this area, and just flying freely as they go along. Can everybody do either a medicine or an insight check for me, please?
13 insight.
20 insight, not natural.
That would be an 8 insight.
19 insight for Tommy.
19 insight. Rian, did you say 5?
For Rian, yeah, 5.
Yeah.
18 for me, Phil.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody that got a 15, actually 14 and up on that, when the trapeze artist swings around, you can see although the movement itself is very, very smooth, the expression is very tense. It's quite, there's a mask on, but you can see almost the whites of her eyes as you go along, and you can see sweat dripping off, just a little bit, nothing crazy, just, so there's a real intensity and sharpness about this movement, despite how performative makes it look very smooth and very silky as you go along. And even as the trapeze artist's routine starts to slightly unwind, if that makes sense, or sort of slow down, building to a crescendo, what you see is that I don't have a picture for it, but right up from behind it, you hear 2 audience members go from the far side, go, whoa! And you see a young strong man at the far side of the audience. He's picked up 2 audience members and he's lifting them into the sky, and he's looking around, and the trapeze artist is swinging back and forth around the thing as this is building up. And he's lifting one arm, both arms, and he's almost juggling them back and forth as he's doing that, to rapturous applause and glee from the audience as you go around. With that there, then you then see in the moment, you start to hear, and you start to see the knives being flung across the board, and you're seeing a knife thrower with his young assistant right up against the wall, and it's breaking in against the board, the target, and this young assistant, cool, calm, collected, nothing worried about her whatsoever. And with that, and then you see the lights go out. They go very, very quiet. And you see, and the ringmaster for tonight, Deacon Alder, and the place is going crazy for this. And you see Deacon, if I can get his picture up here. No, I've lost that. Anyway, it's kind of coming to the end of the session. So basically, he's going to come out and he's making his introduction to the audience. I guess we've one very, very special attraction for tonight, and bring to you, and with him to his side, he has a companion. First of all, to his side, he has 2 companions. One is this clown, and the second is this tiger. as he comes along, and I don't know what I had a better picture of him and of Deacon himself. Because we've one last act for tonight, and this has been going on for about sort of 25, 30 minutes of different acts back and forth as we go along. It was one last act for tonight. The most we've traveled the country. We scoured for the best performers. These creatures that we've embraced into our own nature and brought into the fold. And we'd like to introduce our newest act. Been on the road with us for a couple of months now. I'd like to introduce you to Bartholomew. Giant black bear has been brought out on this leaf with this chain. It's got a very silly looking party hat on its head, and it's slightly agitated as going along. He goes, "We've been training him for months and months, ladies and gentlemen, and we wanted to show off his latest trick for tonight. So the last image I'm going to show everybody for today before we go is none other than Bartholomew's trick for tonight." And Bartholomew has to begrudgingly, and he's sort of shunted onto this little tiny bicycle, and he's roaring and he's pedaling. The crowd are going crazy. They're laughing. They're loving it. And as Bartholomew is coming around the ring circle, he stops for a moment, and Deacon goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is bound to be building up to a crescendo." And you can see he's kind of slightly fumbling his words here. He's not quite picking up on what's going on. And Bartholomew stops. And he starts sniffing around the air. And he looks out into the audience. And he makes eye contact with somebody in the audience. And lets out a massive roar. And our last moment of today's session is somebody in the party speaking up to say,
"Like to rage."
Session today ends with Tuggles of all people standing up, looking at this bear and going, "I would like to rage." And we will see you for our next session.
Yeah. Oh snap! Now he wants to rage. Uh oh.
We adopt a tiger.
Yeah. Can we add the tiger to the party and the bear? Just keep collecting.